All right, guys, I'm back here. I wanted to do a quick video. Hopefully, it's going to be quick. I'm trying to avoid long-winded rants, but Ecomm Partnerships LLC. You guys know the channel, you know the playlist, you know the thumbnails. What do you think of this thumbnail? Okay. Anyway, uh, reporting these guys to the FTC. Okay, that's what we're going to go over here. Why it's critical, and I'm going to give you an update on the my master tracker Excel sheet. That it's free. It's in the description. It's in the pinned comment. You guys know where to look for it. It has everything you need there to track all the complaints that you need to file if you feel like you were a victim of fraud by this company. They took your money, whatever you feel. I'm not saying they one way or another. I'm merely, when I talk about Ecomm Partnerships LLC, Irwin Soto, Donny Doquisa, I am talking about what they did to me, and it's 100% truthful. With that being said, I'm going to have to read quickly, get this legal opinion disclaimer out of the way. Uh, so Irwin, when he watches this, hi Irwin, thanks for joining. You're gonna get hammered on this video. Just getting you ready, brother. This opinion disclaimer is for you. So this content is intended for awareness and consumer protection. The views expressed in this video are my personal experiences, interpretations, and opinions protected under the Review Fairness Act of 2016 and the First Amendment right to free speech. Everything shared here is based on my documented interactions, communications, and outcomes. These statements are not presented as verifiable facts or accusations of illegal conduct unless supported by public available evidence. This video is provided for informational and entertainment purposes only. Viewers should conduct their own due diligence before making any business, consumer, or investment decisions. Okay, we got that out of the way. Now, what's going to go on this video? Like I said, you guys have this internet Ecomm Master Regulatory Tracker and Reviews. Okay, I went over it before in a video. I'll put the link to that video in the description. Just check the playlist. And if you don't know how to bookmark the playlist, you go down here on the reviews platform. Right here is my Ecomm Partnership Scam Series. That is my opinion that they are a scam company. Okay, I have evidence to believe that they are, but that is my opinion. Okay, from a lot of evidence on my part. You guys conclude what you want. Visit the Reddit forum. Make comments. It'll grow. The more people join, the more people participate, the better off this is going to be. I went over this whole sheet. They're not easily found on the internet. They are on the internet, but you really have to dig for it. And what I found here is what I've already dug up. They're on Instagram, LinkedIn. They're on Facebook, Better Business Bureau. I just actually, it's kind of funny. I'm going to get to that in a minute. A couple more people are hitting them on Better Business Bureau. Google reviews, I notice more negative reviews are coming in. Just keep following it. Keep following these videos. I'm going to give you everything. But this one, basically, I wanted to go over a few additions here. As you can see, if you go on and re-download this or you have access to it, um, I put in how important it is to file with the Federal Trade Commission, the FTC, and I put in an example here of Lucas Lee Tyson. I went over this. It's very important here for if you guys are thinking like, wow, maybe these guys stole money from me, you're pissed off, and you want to get back at them. Okay, first thing I would recommend, stop talking about it, start doing something about it. Okay, because you're not going to get anywhere with just yammering on and expecting me or other people to do all the heavy lifting. I've gotten some emails from some people, and I think they really are expecting me to serve it up for them. And I'm having to be blunt with some of them and say, look, if I can do this, you can do this. It takes time, effort. I'm not going to hold your hand. I have my own thing against them. I know what I'm doing. Again, I'm looking for a class action and I'm looking for enough people, primarily to file with the Federal Trade Commission, the very first platform here. And that's why I put it first, because you click the link again and it goes right to it. And let me explain something to you about this. If you guys, if you think that they took money for you, right here, hit report now and just start following it. And like I told you guys, use ChatGPT to guide you through this. Spend the $20. It's the best 20 bucks you're going to spend. Understand how uh, AI works. If you're not familiar with it, if you are, great. Use the shit out of it. Okay. Because that is going to save you a lot of time. It's going to basically fast forward this whole process. And I'm not some acclaimed writer here. I had one guy email me and said, "Oh, I love your writing. You should be our lawyer. It's very crisp, concise." Okay, partly it is my writing, but ChatGPT serves it up. Okay, that's not really me. Okay, that's just basically ChatGPT putting it as my personal assistant and my legal writer. I'm feeding it information and it's just tightening everything up and it's doing it in a split second. So that's my best tip for tackling this. So again, back to the FTC. So if enough people file, complain with the Federal Trade Commission, they will investigate a company like Ecomm Partnerships LLC. Okay, they will go and they will do their own investigation. And if they find enough evidence or probable cause, whatever you want to call it, to see that there's something fishy here, if people are complaining about the same thing, filing the same type of reports, they automatically step in and shut the business down. You understand that, people? This is critical. Forget about your lawsuits. Forget about your retainers that you guys are bitching about. And, oh, I don't know when I want to spend the money. I got to take them to small claims court. Even if you don't want to do any of this, this is how you can get the Federal Trade Commission to pick this up, file on them, and do their own lawsuit. And then they take over, and the payout is reimbursing all the potential victims that were affected if there's guilt found. You get where I'm getting at here. So that is stuff that is something that's not going to cost you anything. And this is even if you don't care about the money, this is a way to say fuck you, the Irwin Soto, Donny Doquisa, and his back tattoo, right? And Irwin when he's laying on his Porsche in his driveway, who knows if it's rented? He's probably this is a way to give the big bird finger to them and have their fucking asses shut down. That's the simplest way. That's what I'm looking to do because I believe there's cause here. Okay, I believe there's a lot of cause here, and they fucking deserve it. Okay, sorry for the language, but it's necessary. These guys are freaking. You all know. You all know. You all know. So file with the FTC because that is a way to really fucking screw them over. If enough people come forward and the Federal Trade Commission finds valuable, verifiable complaints that are like, it's not just one or two people, it's not just 10 people. Imagine if 50 people, and I know goddamn well 50 people have been affected by these people, by Ecomm Partnerships. Imagine what happens if 50 people submit similar reports on Ecomm Partnership. Okay? Use your own imagination there. So that's why I'm encouraging you to do it, and that's really all I'm going to say about it. Now let's talk about real quick. I get a lot of people barking at me, oh, class action. I want to file a class action lawsuit on them. I want to, did you find a lawyer? Are they on contingency or retainer? Okay, let's explain to you what contingency means. I've done a lot of research. I've talked to lawyers for different things over the years. This is not my first rodeo. Most lawyers that have this type of lawsuit on them will not do contingency. Okay, they are going to require retainer, meaning you're going to have to pay them an hourly rate, and it's usually upfront. And demand letters usually are around the three to $7,000 range if you have a good attorney. And I'm not getting into why, because a lot of them require a lot of research, and they don't want to just stick any old stupid draft of nonsense out there. They take their time, they research it. It costs money. And then when you send that out, I'm going to get into something very specific in a minute. There's no guarantee that my guess is Ecomm Partnerships, the Donny and Irwin, they're just going to wipe their ass with it. So then you have to go one step further. You have to pay your lawyer more hourly fees, and he's going to have to file the suit in court. Now you have to see how much money am I willing to recover versus the payoff of like what I'm paying my lawyer. You have to do a cost analysis benefit there. That's why a lot of this stuff doesn't go through because you end up paying your lawyer a lot in legal fees that kind of negate the purpose. If you guys are just out $20,000, $30,000, maybe 50 some thousand dollars like me, there are other things you can do to keep that money in your pocket. So a lot of the times, just single lawsuits probably aren't going to be worth it. I mean, when you push it that it's 100, 200,000, 300,000 or more, then it becomes a big suit that you could possibly justify spending a lawyer. But if you guys are chasing down 30, $40,000, the cost benefit might not be there. I'm just giving you a realistic expectation. Okay, so then the next option would be small claims court. Right now, like in Texas, for instance, you can sue up to $20,000. That you're going to have to basically be your own lawyer for that. Obviously, I don't know if you guys ever sued anybody or been sued in small claims court. You can represent yourself. That's not going to cost you any legal fees, just the filing fees and serving them and all that stuff. So that's another option. But the cost is going to be, you got to check your state statutes. You got to stick by. I know here in Texas it's $20,000. So, which is pretty good. It's a high dollar amount. Some states are probably as low as 10 or less. I don't know. You got to do cost analysis on that. So then we're talking about small claims. We're talking about no, I'm sorry, not small claims. That was a mistake. I'm talking about class action. Class action is the next one. That's another big thing where you usually need around 50 people for that. And then you have to convince a lawyer to pick that up. It's kind of on the similar lines as the FTC. They're not just going to file on somebody like 10 people that complain, but maybe they will. Okay, but class actions are different. And with class actions, again, lawyers may take it on contingency based on the outcome, goes into a big fund, a settlement fund, if they think there's something there. But the problem with that is if there's 50, 60, 100 people, you're going to get a smaller piece of the pie. You might not get as much as you would if you sue them individual. Just food for thought. Okay. And it's also you're going to have to pay a retainer, the lead defendant, I'm not sorry, not the defendant, the lead plaintiff, say somebody else or me would be the lead class action plaintiff. Well, it's all going to go through me. I represent the whole class of people being affected by this. So we're still going to have to pay the lawyer to file and set all this up because a lot of the times they're not going to do it for free. But it's usually, the outcome is contingent on what the lawyer thinks that the final payoff is going to be. So then everybody's going to get a piece of that settlement. It makes you whole again, but it might not make you 100% whole. Just remember that. And those class action things are that's why I'm doing this Excel spreadsheet. You got to do the work. You got to start leaving a paper trail, reporting them to the FTC, reporting them to the FBI Internet Crime Complaint Center, filing with the Attorney General in your state, hammering them on Better Business Bureau, on every other review site that I have here. Okay? So just or the last option is do nothing. Accept that you fell for this shit, you lost money, and walk away with your tail between your legs and just resort to bitching and complaining to people like me and expecting other people to just magically wave a wand to get these assholes to give you your money back. Okay? That's the worst scenario. Just just get off of my channel if you want that. Don't email me. If that's what you're looking for, I don't want to hear your bitching. I don't want to hear your griping. I'm looking for action takers. Okay? That's it. Because if you come to me expecting me to do the work for you, I'm going to tell you basically to fuck off. Okay? And now I'm putting it blunt. Don't come to me looking for like, oh, well, so many people are contacting me barking, oh, I wanted to sue these. I had one guy email me, he wanted to sue them for like 5 years. I'm like, what the hell's stopping you? You're looking for somebody to me to do all the heavy lifting? Fine. Here's the Excel spreadsheet. I just gave you my rant. Now get to work. Start hammering them because you have to build a file on these people if you guys care about it. I give a shit about it. But like I said, I'm doing my own thing and I don't really need you guys. I'm here to help. I'm here to pay it forward. And I want to see these guys because I am very confident in my opinion of what I've seen, what I've compiled against them, and who I've talked to, that these guys are doing something fraudulent. And my goal is to see them shut down and have them both put underneath the fucking jail. That's my goal, and that's my opinion. I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm not saying there's evidence to even freaking support that, but I think, in my opinion and from my experience, I think there is. So I'm gonna fucking explore that. That's why I'm here. Okay. So with that being said, my newest also too, I want to mention uh, a couple new things I added here on the sheet. I added the link to this Lucas Lee Tyson. That's an example of when the FTC steps in, identifies wrongdoing, and shuts down a business. Okay, you can go research that, Google that. We already went over all the other options here. I'm not going to get into that. So I got a new one here, a new one. Check this out. Check this out. If you guys are wondering, they have another active lawsuit against them. Somebody actually filed. I couldn't believe it. So I gave the law offices. So I found these guys on just a search, and here it is. Um, it's redirecting. So this is an actual some guy filed on Ecomm Partnerships for breach of contract. Now you can go on Trellis. It's some guy named Grant Harvey, and he's represented by Colin J. Moreno. Okay, this is interesting. It's Ecomm Partnerships, California. So this is the first one that I actually know of that actually somebody filed suit on them. Now you can pay on Trellis to get all the case documents. I think they have everything here, but you got to pay like a one-time fee and do a trial if you guys want to do that. I didn't get that yet. You can look at the case docket, the summons, the complaint, the assignment, the judge who's in charge. So they're already been taken to court. So I'm reaching out to this lawyer. I'm talking to him today. I'm going to report back where I think this is headed. I don't want to give anything out though. Uh, that may jeopardize that. So I may edit this section out. I don't know, but all I wanted to let you guys know is they have been taken to court, and you guys can look that up. You guys can look that up. Um, so here is the lawyer that's attached to that. Now, this is I'm not. This is just free information you can find on the internet. This guy right here, Colin Moreno, and this I did just a basic search. This is free information on the internet. I'm like, oh, this is interesting. Uh, he apparently took this case, and here's the thing, and you got to be real careful with this too. If you want to get a lawyer like this guy, so my guess is he sent every lawyer that agrees, hey, okay, I'm gonna take the case, I'm gonna take a look at it. They send a demand letter out. Now my guess is a demand letter was already sent out, and Ecomm Partnerships, Irwin Soto, Donny Doquisa wiped their ass with it. They ignored it. They apparently got served though at their registered agent address in San Francisco. I have the address on the Excel sheet. You can easily figure that out. And basically, the lawyer, this Colin, probably had to charge the Harvey a fee for the uh, uh, demand letter. Those aren't cheap unless he did it on his own. I don't know what the arrangement was, but I highly doubt it was on a contingency. Probably has this grant, most likely, and I don't know. It's just my guess that he possibly has a retainer going. So that's why I'm encouraging you guys. You got to really know. You got to outlay the cost benefit of actually suing them in court, because these scumbags will ignore everything. They have a habit of ignoring just requests for invoicing. You guys know from dealing with them. I know from my own experience. They don't respond back. They only share what they want to respond, and they manipulate. They round talk. They always throw it back on you like you're at fault when they are the ones breaching the contract. They will make it appear that you're breaching the contract, and it's all bullshit. And then they only answer. They're selective in what they want to respond to and what they want to ignore. They're real masters of manipulation like that. So, if you guys can't get them to respond to basic questions on your account, they're going to just wipe their ass with any kind of demand letter. They're going to force you to take them to court, and you can get default judgments. And a couple things happen on my end. I'm going to get into that on another video. Use credit cards when you buy wholesale inventory private label, you do all your expenses for your business. You need business credit cards. Don't do personal. You could if you want to, but if you can get your hands on business credit cards with a high credit limit, that is the key in this point to getting most of your money back, if not all of it. I'm going to get into that in my next video. It's a very important video. You're going to want to watch that. Okay, but sticking to the theme of this, just wanted to do a few updates here. So check out the public case. You be the judge. You be the judge. I guarantee you there's more lawsuits to come, including my own. Okay? And check out Ripoff Report. This is an excellent site. I recently just filed my own complaint against them. You're going to see it there. I updated it. I just got something going here, but check for the update. This is an excellent one. You can drop all kinds of evidence in the folder. You can upload videos. They really want free speech on here. They don't really stifle anything. So, again, use ChatGPT. Use ChatGPT to uh, make sure you're within this parameters of what these websites accept. Because if you just start ranting, they'll kick you off because they have all kinds of standards. So just be careful with that. I went over Trustpilot, and this Site Jabber is a pretty good one too. You can go leave them a review on there too. They're on there. So you want to be. So those were the new additions, and those were the updates that I wanted to give you on the. Let's see here on this sheet, on this Excel tracker sheet. So nothing's changed in the complaints and the review platforms. Just check everything out. But that's what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to go over like the differences with class action, private lawsuits, contingency retainer, small claims court, and just basically doing nothing. Okay, so just know where you're at with that. Check out the updated Excel sheet, and there and just understand that they've already been taken to court. So why I'm saying all this, the groundwork's already been laid on these fucking scumbags. Okay, there's already being a track record applied. Okay, imagine if 50, 60 people do this entire Excel sheet and they save their complaints. You keep it on file in different folders. You got your Federal Trade Commission complaint, and you can fire that off to your lawyer or any regulatory body or any other review platform. You have an internet crime complaint. You have your complaint to the California Attorney General, Sacramento DA, Better Business Bureau, Business P, or Ripoff Report, Trustpilot, all these. And then you go and you drop your reviews. Imagine if 50 damn people do that. Do you think one of these regulatory bodies, like let's just say maybe the FBI, but specifically the Federal Trade Commission, you don't think they're going to take a look at that? I'm telling you they will, but it takes a collective effort here. I can't do that alone. And that is the reason why I'm making these videos and I'm trying to create this Reddit forum. I'm going into detail here because I want these guys fucked because they deserve it. Because I think, in my opinion and my experience, there is credible evidence of a class action lawsuit. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. So check out the lawyer, check out the case file. If you guys want to spend the money, you can download the file. I'm probably going to do it at some point because I'm curious about it. But I just discovered that. I just discovered that. Okay, so what else? What else? Where are we at here time-wise? Probably went a little long. 23 minutes. Hang on one second. Yeah, I'm going to end the video now because I don't want to bore you guys. About 23 minutes. Hopefully you got some value from this video. I went over a few things. But the FTC, file. Come on, more people file because I know you guys are out there. I'm reading the Better Business Bureau reports. I'm reading the reviews on Google. I'm reading what I know, and I'm seeing the people reach out to me. Okay? I know there's got to be more than I know how many people that I've contacted, and I'm not going to release that, but my goal is to get 50 to 60 people. Then we have something. Then we have we have grounds for class action because the Federal Trade Commission will even pick it up when it's probably even less than that. So, with that being said, I'm going to talk about what I wanted. I was going to talk about a few more things, but I'm going to chop that up. I'm going to keep it separate for another video. So, in the next video, I'm going to go through um, uh, what I really wanted to talk about is my final email that I got from them. that they responded by kicking me out of the Moxio chat, basically erasing all our messages, all my communication with them because they saw that video that I put. And then I'm going to share Irwin's response, his bullshit email with like saying, oh, you breached this clause and this one. It's all crap. And it's the manipulation aspect that I talked about earlier, where all they do is their masters is just spinning the narrative to make themselves look like they're doing everything wrong and you guys are doing everything wrong and they're doing everything right. Okay, they're master manipulators like that. They're fucking pieces of shit. And I can say that because that's my opinion on their character and what I've experienced. It's protected. So Irwin, you aren't going to do fucking shit about it. If you want to sue for defamation, go ahead. You have to prove it, motherfucker. You got to prove what I'm saying is false. And I almost dare you to do it. I almost dare you to do it. Okay. So, hopefully all this video helps. I'm going to get into, some more topics on later videos. I'll talk to you guys later. Reach out to me if you have any questions about this sheet or you need any advice on Ecomm Partnerships LLC.